Good afternoon, class. This week we kind of like go over like the spread of like the Harlem Renaissance and like some of the different artists that it has spread through. Besides the one that we have previously talked about in class, like Henry Osa Turner and James Vindersee. So for this week, like the reading, it also mentioned like Henry Osa Turner's like influence throughout Harlem. Also, like for my paper, I did Henry Osa Turner, and his influence was that like how he changed the perspective like of the art that African American was doing during the time, and also kind of like changed the narrative also, because he was born kind of like being born like African American was already like a big setback for artists at that time. Cause like as we talk in class, we see like there were some artists that were not able to take credit for their own art. They had to basically showcase their art like under somebody else's name. But like Henry also kind of like paved the way kind of. And also like as many of like Harlem Renaissance artists as well. Also, like in this chapter, besides like Henry also Turner, like one of the artists that it talked about, I'm not sure if I'm doing this pronouncing his name correctly. His name is Paul Heyman. He was also like one of those very influential artists at the time. But like in my book, the book that I have, like the pictures is black and white. So I'm gonna need like a better version from my class. This allergies, man. Because when I sit in class, like the colors are better. But yeah, he was one of the most like influential artists like during the 1920s, and he was born in like West Virginia. He went to public school, and he was also enlisted like in the armed forces for the United States. One of the things that he illustrated like in his art was like the struggle for like African American to move from like as like agricultural life to like industrial life, because I think yeah at that time period too, when you think about it, I think it was like Reconstruction. Don't quote me on that one, but he like in his art he kind of like showcased that, and he also like showcased like some type of like African American style. I don't know if I can show this pretty well, but this is like one of his art pieces, like right here, and you can see like the African like influence in it. With the I'm not sure what that is. I'm not gonna quote that. But yeah, that piece is in like the African American Arts Museum in Los Angeles. It's like part of the collection. But yeah, that was like one of several artists that we learned from this week in class. Not this week in class, but from this week reading. And we're gonna go over some of them in class.